G'day and welcome to Leviathan Hive. Awesome map, and this is a really cool game. This is actually from the Justice League CCS competition that is just being held. Day 1 went down today at Shaley Cast at Own 3D. I tried really hard to watch this, but it's on at fucking 3 AM in the morning. So I woke up, I got up to watch it, and I watched like a couple of games, and then I fell asleep, and I just woke up to a big blank screen saying offline. So it wasn't really the riveting event that I was hoping for, because I was fast asleep dreaming about having sex instead of playing computer games. Okay, so who have we got here? We have got Asmoninator versus Carnevour, the sexual predator. So we're just going to call him Carney. And Carney is playing the Inquisitor. Show your worthiness. Versus, of course, the Warlock in some pretty startlingly awesome looking green outfit. I've always wondered why Harlequins have never made it into Dawn of War 2. Okay, so what we're seeing here is pretty standard. We're getting a double wreck rather than going straight for the power, which is more often the case when you're playing with Eldar, because they are by far the most hungry for power race. And this is exactly what you should be doing with the oh god, wow, that's really loud. I can hardly hear myself speak. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, so this is what you should be doing with the Sentinels, of course, is running straight into the enemy line and just decapping, getting those all-important early decaps. And nothing can really stand up to him. I mean, he's going to get the Banshees, which is already done, and that is the really only choice versus those Sentinels, that early aggression of the Sentinels. And it's not like really the Banshees are the ones that are going to be doing the damage. I mean, they will. He's got to get the hell out of there. You can see the damage is being done by these two Guardian squads, but the Guardian squads themselves cannot fight them by the own, because just very simple. This is a completely uncontrolled Inquisitor down the bottom, because just a single stomp is all that's going to be needed to completely disable them. So, but Guardian squads with a Banshee just absolutely own the Sentinels, as you just saw. Meanwhile, we have a little bit of a power harass here, and as everyone knows who plays against Eldar, power is just ridiculously important, and he has decapped the natural here. So being on top of the power harass is going to make or break this game. We do not have the upgrades, and this is both these guys are in cover. Oh, right, here comes the Warlock, and those guys are going to have to get the hell out of here. More power being grabbed, and not really a very good use of the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor is a very beefy character and has a lot of power, and they really should be getting him into that, or her I should say, into the middle of the combat so she can start getting some levels, because she ends up being really stupid powerful. Going to see a bit of a fleet of foot to catch up with those guys. A lot. Force melee, no force melee, and here we get the stomp. No, he's not going to stomp. He is still going to stomp even though they're retreating, which is a bit of a waste. And of course the double Sentinels means that you've got two stomps, which means you are pretty much fine. Another miss micro click. There we go, get in there. Which means you have incredible ability to control the Eldar blob. And Shuriken Cannon is up here protecting its wreck. It's a strange position. He's going to be moving off there fairly smart and coming down here to the power would be my guess. What are these fucking names? Asmoninator? Asmoninator? What the hell does that mean? Is that like some kind of joke about butts? And Carnevour the sexual predator? Come on. This is one of the reasons that using Steam is freaking gay. I mean, there's just no way to build a community among the RTS community when people can just change their names at will based on whatever kind of mood or joke they're in. You know, forcing people like on, say, BattleNet to have a specific nick that is global and cannot be changed really allows you to start recognizing people. It allows the community to build and makes it feel less random. And that's just one of my little pet hates. I don't know why I'm raving about it. I'm not really raving. I had a big rave in my last video. So let's try and keep it all good. Okay, so again we have a lot of dead units just sort of sitting around. I mean, he is repairing, but there doesn't seem to be quite as much. Ooh, and there goes the shock, completely missing. It's very, very hard to judge exactly what the terrain's going to do to your missiles and stuff, and these guys should come straight down into this power. But there is a controlling force here, and we still have no upgrades on those Guardian squads. I find that kind of shocking. What about these guys? No, nothing on them as well. I mean, he is teching faster tier 2, and he's probably going to go with Wraith Lords, I would say, or maybe one of those Eldar tanks, because Wraith Lords do absolutely, like, destroy the soft units of IG. It's actually quite hilarious. So we might see some of that. But at the same time, Guardian squads, I mean, without their... Oh, he's finally got the battle equipment. Yeah, because without the battle equipment and the ability to chuck the grenades and stuff, it just... That unit's usefulness is not even in the same ballpark. Dropping those shields, which of course give 100% cover... Sexual Predator is having a problem with his mouse. Which isn't good. And here comes the Wraith Guard. And it doesn't look like he's got quite enough to buy the Warlock straight out of the gate, which is going to be a real problem for that Wraith Guard and make it next to useless. But by the time it gets into the battle area, that might not be a problem. And there's Fleet of Foot going off. You can see it sort of speeds them up. Meow. I have that little cloud gas pile coming from behind them. And here comes the Ogrins, which of course the Ogrins is the perfect counter to the Wraith Guard, because Wraith Guards are basically countered by melee. So, I mean, he obviously chose the Ogrins blind, but it just happens to be the perfect counter. So these Wraith Guards are going to be in a lot of trouble now, especially if he's not really up on his maneuvering. But it looks like he is going to be supporting the Wraith Guard with the Shuriken Cannon. That is a very, very good move. We'll see if he does that by setting up the Shuriken Cannon behind the Wraith Guard. Exactly like you see here, we should be able to see the Wraith Guard being protected and even be able to get shots off into the Ogrin blob. And that's actually a very, very cool move. I do like that a lot. You have the Warp Throw. Yes, this is a much better decision than I thought it was going to be. I was thinking these guys are going to miss. Boom! Now, Wraith Guards are actually quite complicated units to use. People always misuse them. They have an incredibly slow charge up and shoot time, which means that if you just let them shoot by themselves, like they're about to get absolutely crushed by these Ogrins, if you just let them shoot by themselves, they are actually pretty much guaranteed to always miss. Oh no, the retreat path. That is bad news. Straight through them, and now the shuriken cone's going to have to go. Smash. There goes the massive pushback. Yeah, so what you got to do is you actually have to use the attack ground function. Okay? And it's basically like throwing a grenade. Same tactics as throwing a grenade. You use the attack ground function to look at those awesome coloured Eldar, all red and bright. Yeah, so nice grenade, takes out one of the Ogrins. That is a pretty cool loss, and just he really needs one of these Guardian squads to try and, oh no. I'm not up on her abilities. That was some kind of... Oh, he does have the crossbow, which I do know does quite a large sort of AoE attack. And that is a combo. I've seen that used in replays before. You trap them with those funny, looks like little yellow crowns, and then you hit them with the crossbow and do massive AoE damage. Stomp. No stomp. And here comes these guys. Let's see if these guys do any kind of connecting hits. Nice. Oh, absolutely. Smashing them. They still haven't got the Wraith upgrade to give them increased speed. And the map is all blue. Inquisitor is such a powerful hero. She's getting the mantle. I believe that that's the power shield. And again, we have lots of units just sitting around not doing much. Okay, again, if they do this right, you have the Shuriken supporting this heavy team here, and then you also have a Guardian squad ready to drop grenades on the Ogrins as they slow down, because the Ogrins are most likely going to just charge straight through. You should be able to get some pretty hefty damage. Now they're going to get out of there quite smart and try going around the other side. And again, just sort of chilling out in the background. They are doing lots of repairing. And we are hitting a tier 3 for the Carnevour. And here goes down one of the shields. Now these shields do offer that really awesome cover bonus, greater than you get from any rocks or anything. It's actually the largest cover bonus in the game. And it can actually be used by the enemies as well, so you've got to be careful. If you get pushed off in your position, they can actually work against you. And I have seen high level players destroy their own shields as they were leaving. I've seen Choco do that. Like as he was leaving, he chucks a grenade onto his shield to take his shield out, so it's not left behind to be a cover for the enemy. Okay, more little nifty decapping and some gen bashing here. This is pretty important at this stage because he is of course heading into tier 3, which means we are most likely going to see some decent looking tanky monsters coming out, and of course they're power hungry. Now he hasn't got much power now, so if he can control his power from this point in the game, Carnevour is going to have a real hard time. And that actually goes to the same for Asmoninator, because he is also in the exact same position. He's just going to tier 3 and his power is really low, so he has actually completely destroyed his gen farm, and he even uncapped it first. So yeah, both people are not in a particularly good situation at the moment, power-wise. Ooh. Why don't you guys have your freaking upgraded dude? Can we get the kill? No, where's your warp throw? Ah, special attack. Completely failing. That was a bit of a missed opportunity. Nothing, not actually Asmoninator's fault, of course. Oh no, these guys are going down. That's the end of that Guardian squad. Too much. Couldn't split his control over the... And here comes the Ogrins again to save the day. Yeah, he couldn't split his control while trying to take out that Inquisitor. Nice, another Ogren goes down, and whoa, absolutely pummeling. That was pretty close to losing that entire squad, that AoE shot. And this Warlock is surprisingly able to really go toe to toe. I was really thought that the Warlock would not be able to control that Inquisitor so well, but now that the reinforcements are in, he has to get out of there quick and smart. Okay, getting Banshees reinforced, and Carnevour is looking very, very good at the moment. He hasn't had any squad deaths, so he's up like that, and he does have the Lemon Rust, and the Lemon Rust with the 2 repairing guardsmen is a extremely nasty combo, but it is one that can be countered quite well with Wraith Guards, and again by using that attack ground ability, because it's very, very hard to destroy. Or he actually has a 2nd gen farm up here that I didn't even know about, and he is building a warp gate. But yeah, like the Lemon Rust with 2 repairing teams is actually kind of ridiculous. It's very, very hard to get through. But the thing is, most players forget that the tank itself is not what you want to be targeting. You want to be targeting the repair teams. And using the attack ground function, if you have 2 Wraith Guards, and actually hitting behind the tank where the repairers are, can completely wipe the repairing squads. And then, well, and there's the warp throw straight into those Banshees. But of course, with the 2 stomps available, this is not really going to go well, and we might even see another squad loss here if we don't see a retreat really, really soon. Another... oh, if only he could stay a little bit longer, he could have possibly gotten another Ogren kill. But yeah, so like two blasts from these guys directly into the... oh, nice. One more shot and that Ogren is going down. Luckily he saw it. But yeah, a 2 blast shot from those guys into the repairing teams would literally destroy them. Like destroy those repairing teams, pretty much. And again, an inability to control... oh no. Inability to control multiple units on the map at the same time. That's something I have a terrible problem with. And here comes the Avatar. Now, the Avatar, I feel, doesn't quite have the same problems as the Baneblade, but it is still a unit which is quite easy to deal with. He has already got the Stormtroopers on the field. Get another set of Stormtroopers now, and he does have the Lemon Rush out. Another squad just went down. He lost both his Guardsman squads. I was unfortunately not able to catch that on tape. And it really does look like the tide has turned really into Asmoninator's favour here. Losing those guard squads was a huge blow because of his heavy mech-orientated army. He is repurchasing them, of course, because they are going to be used as a repair team, which means, of course, that the fact that they aren't leveled isn't as big as a handicap as it would be in most games. Still no warlocks on these Wraith Guards to increase their speed. That's extremely surprising. And the rust, the lemon rust, has been shown. He's going to get the hell out of there pretty quick. Yes. And just like that, once again, Predator looks like he's back in a nice little army composition. Of course, now he has to deal with this great big green-headed freak over here, you know, running around in his loincloth, but we'll just see exactly how this works out. Of course, this is a very, very powerful unit, and it's very, very good against fighting, you know, blobby kind of people, because it's got all these massive AoE attacks. But at the same time, and I've said this in a lot of my videos, I really think that super units are they're extremely fun, but especially in 1v1, they're a little overrated. People put too much time and effort and resources into getting these super units, and if they are countered, it is pretty much game over. And even though the avatar is out, I still prefer Carnevour's unit composition here. Though he's completely overextended and getting flanked by the avatar. Oh my god, this is terrible. Completely wrong ability being used by the avatar though, hitting his own men. And here comes the Autarch call-in. Again, completely missing everybody. That's an unfortunate waste. But we are going to see a bit of a rout of these forces. I'd forgotten that the Autarch hadn't been used yet. There, that's the one he should have used before. The big AoE blast. Nice trap on the Warlock. He could go down here. Just a little too late with that stun. And you can see how much damage that's... Get out of there. Get out of there, Ogrins. Get out of there. Oh, Ogrins. You can see just how much damage these Stormtroopers really do. And this is not good. He does lose his Ogrin squad. He was trying to sacrifice that squad in the hope that it would delay the retreat of this avatar. But the simple fact is that he will not be able... Oh... he has to chase this down. He has to chase this into the base with this rust. It's the only real solution he has. Keep moving, tank. Oh no. Not good. The loss of the Ogrin there was a real shame, and everything else is going down. This is not good. He really should have chased that avatar in. He was only like a couple hits away from killing it, and now it's genning up quite comfortably, and that could very well be the game. Banewolf out on the field. I don't see this unit very often against Eldar. You can see these guys are on auto fire, which is why they're like missing everything. You've got to use them like grenades and actually hit him. You can see him using shift clicking all over the place with that tank to try and keep it moving from position to position. That's very good play, but it's going to go down if it doesn't get the hell out of there. Pretty smart. And of course, little does he know that the warp gate is just up here at this little gen farm, which means he can reinforce this VP position extremely quickly. And Asmoninator's coming out. He does have the fire prism, Whoa, does a little ollie over the edge there. I love his color schemes. They're just so fucking ridiculously bright. That's so awesome. Look at that. Look at that tank, man. That's freaking sweet. Ooh. This is a very, very good position just here because they have to come up here. That's probably one of the best positions in the game, in this map, sorry, to have a Wraithguard squad. And here comes the Fire Prism and the Avatar, and this is all she wrote. It's going to hit these guardsmen. Oh! Oh, that's it. That's it for those guardsmen. They are gone, and looks like the Inquisitor is going to go down a second time. But that tank is definitely going to go down, and this is GG. It has to be. We've got a 3 cap. His army is wiped out. Smack, stab, right through the armor. Boom! And that's it. GG. Very, very interesting game. Poor old Carnevour really got hit in the head towards the end there. The choice to sacrifice his Ogrins to try and get the Avatar down could have very well been the correct move. I mean, I probably would have retreated sooner, like maybe with 1 or 2 models left, and tried to get out of there. But the fact that he didn't follow that up by chasing him into the base to kill that Avatar just meant that sacrifice was for nothing, and that was really the point that the game was lost. But aside from that, very, very fun, very, very cool game. I'll keep an eye on these guys. Of course, I might not ever notice them again because they could probably change their nicks maybe. I think Asmoninator does sound like a proper nick, but this is not a real nick. Okay, well, I hope you like it, and I will catch you later.